Hello and welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for Virgo. I'm Julia Mijas.
And I'm Jamie Kale Miller. Well, hey, Virgo, if Virgo is your sun sign and not your rising sign, then your birthday is coming. The very best time of all in your personal year to get a birthday reading is the time when your birthday is approaching, because that prepares you to be ready for whatever the year is going to bring and to align with it in the most powerful way. You'll find a link for that in the description below. I really do recommend that you get that birthday reading early this year. Well, wonderful news, which you might have heard if you watched your horoscope video that we made for you last month. Jupiter has entered your 10th house of career. Jupiter is the luck bringer, brings the sense of adventure, excitement, enthusiasm, a little bit of restlessness too into your career zone, and will be there all year. So this is a year in which you can expect growth, opportunities to be coming at you, and an expansion, and that can apply to your reputation, your business itself, or just a feeling that you're progressing along your career arc. And it's a really great thing to take advantage of, and you've got all year to do it. Mars is going to enter your 10th house also on July 20th, bringing his characteristic energy and drive and force of will and self-determination to burn a fiery path across the sky in your career area particularly. Mars does really well in the 10th house and is just really going to be lighting the spark for you there. I do want to add that sometimes wherever Mars is traveling through, we can be a little bit too pushy, a little bit too demanding. So just watch out for that. You might need to curb your enthusiasm here and there. Mercury, which is the ruler of your 10th house, Virgo. Mercury rules Gemini, which is your 10th house sign, your midheaven sign, and therefore you like to show up as intelligent and witty and sparklingly clever in your career. And when Mercury enters your 10th house, there are so many chances to come off that way. So Mercury is moving into your 10th house pretty early in the month and will remain there until July 25th. Mercury is direct and fast, always good news for a Virgo because Mercury is also the ruling planet of Virgo itself. So, yeah, Mercury direct and fast, you can really have access to all of your mental capacity. Now, Saturn is the career planet. Saturn is retrograde right now, just turned retrograde. And so you can feel things really beginning to slog and slow down. Saturn is traveling through your 7th house, and that's the house of partnerships. So you may be facing some harsh reality checks about partnerships in general and partners that you have during the course of the next few months while Saturn is retrograde. And this can apply to business partnerships as well as personal ones. And then the last thing that I want to say is that Pluto is retrograde too. Pluto brings a transformation and metamorphosis, sometimes drags you through the deep, dark basement of your soul. And Pluto is traveling through your 6th house of the job. So your job environment might be going through a transformation. That could be physical and literal, like, oh, it's under construction. I can't go to work right now. I got to work from home. Or it can be a psychological transformation. So you can expect more of that in the next couple of months too. Julia, what's up with money and relationships for the Virgos out there?
Hey, well, hey there, Virgo. So a big day that's happening to all of us, and I'll talk about how it specifically affects you, is Financial Crisis Day. That's when the sun opposes Ceres, which is retrograde. It's like the sun is shining a spotlight on money for you. That's going to happen on July 5th. And this retrograde Ceres is in your 5th house. Now, the 5th house can be financial. This is a house of speculation, gambling, any high risk investments you do. So this is a time of reviewing those high risk investments. Are they really beneficial to you? Do you need to adjust them? And that spotlight is really, really going to bring them into sharp relief. Now, Chiron has been stationing retrograde in your 8th house of other people's money. This is the money you share with your partner, whether that's business or marital partner. This is also another investment house, but this can represent even lower risk investments as well. So Chiron can bring up old wounding. This is a time where you're going to have to confront that wounding around shared money with somebody else. And this is also an opportunity to heal it at the same time. Now, Venus, who rules your second house of paycheck, the money you earn, enters the 12th house on July 11th. That means that, this isn't going to be necessarily the easiest month for earning more money. In fact, when Venus is in the 12th, it's actually a lovely time to give some charity. If there's some causes or some mission-based things you like to donate to, that's going to be more of an emphasis than necessarily having a lot of ego to create a lot more money. Now, when it comes to relationships, we have a new moon in Cancer in your 11th house on July 5th. Now, the 11th house is a house of friends. It's your networks. It's your tribe. So this is going to be a very social time for you about connecting with groups of people. Maybe around that 4th of July celebration in the sign of Cancer, maybe you want to invite a lot of friends over or go to somebody else's house to just kind of all connect together. Now, I mentioned Venus going into the 12th in terms of money. In terms of your romantic relationship, when Venus enters the 12th on July 11th, that's going to be a time where, you're probably going to want to stay at home a little bit more with your partner than kind of go out and meet a lot of new people. If you're single, you might be a little less inclined to really put yourself out there, for example. Venus in the 12th really likes seclusion with a partner. Maybe you and your partner can go on a camping trip together where it's just you in the wilderness. That could be fun. And if you're single, this could be a great time to go on a retreat, just sort of unplug and get away from it all. Now, we also have a full moon in Capricorn, which takes place in your 5th house of children, fun, activities, creativity. If you have children, this is going to be a time where you're going to be connecting with them a lot more. And in terms of romantic relationship, I'll mention a few other things. Both Saturn and Neptune are going retrograde in your 7th house of relationship this month. So this is going to be a time of maybe having to confront challenges with your partners, responsibilities, heavy responsibilities could be coming on your shoulder through your marriage or long-term relationship. And it might be a time where you need to wake up a little bit from something that you've been a little deluded over in your relationship as well. Now, the good news is by the end of the month, Juno goes direct. She's nice and fast in your 1st house, making you identify strongly with your relationship. And she's going to form a lovely trine with Uranus while the moon conjoins Jupiter at the end of the month. So I think it's going to be a lovely sort of end of the month in terms of you and your romantic relationship.
Find our site at pandoraastrology.com to get a reading with one of us, and find us on Patreon for workshops and classes. And we'll see you around the cosmos.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.